going on over here. There's things going on over there. There's things, well, not so much down there. We don't want to focus there. Things going on up there, over there, over here. There's a lot of things going on, folks. Holy smokes, let's get to it. Thank you, Minerva. Minerva, 9398. That's a tough one to remember, those numbers. What is it with you guys putting numbers at the end of your name? Come on, make it easy. Thanks, Minerva, for the raid. Hope you had a wonderful stream. And woo! Just the coffee, I've only had a few sips of coffee. Can you believe it? I've only had like 4 sips of coffee. There is 5. Welcome to the neighborhood. Everything is going on. Almost everything is going on. I'm winded already. There are missions, there are pop-ups, there are all-star games, there are bounties, there are early bird giveaways, there's matrices, there's things. Oh man. Okay, let's just focus lap, as my wife would say. Focus. 93, your birth year. 98, your girlfriend's birth year. Okay, I still won't remember that. However, if you give it to me in hockey player terms, I'll remember. 93, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 98, I don't know of a hockey player that was 98. Wayne Gretzky -1. Okay, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Wayne Gretzky -1. That'll work, I think. Good to have you guys here again. Thank you again, Minerva, for the raid. For those of you that won giveaways yesterday, you should have received them in your account about 10 minutes ago. I got the word that, yes, the giveaways have been delivered to those that won. As I said, I'm winded. Welcome, guys. Laptop Hound here, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays streaming. Back on Thursday after TWIP. Yes, there will be a TWIP this week, and I have to, you guys and your memes. What is it? What is it with the young generation today? They got to put words to pictures. Connor Bedard, thank you for the highlight. Okay, so Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Connor Bedard. Thank you, Minerva, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Connor Bedard, for the raid a little bit earlier today. So apparently I'm staring at a German pickle more so than I am the green Applebee's drinks. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I guess you need to put a little more sugar, Applebee's, into your drinks. None of this artificial stuff. I want the real deal. Make them a little greener, put a little bit more sweetener in there, a little bit more sweet stuff. Well, maybe, why not both? Applebee's for dessert. For those of you that are just joining the stream going, what the H-E, you know what is going on here? What is a D-block pickle? You might understand the Applebee's meme because that's been going around for a few weeks now. But yesterday on the stream, I was, and where's the pickle emotes, by the way? Come on. This demands pickle emotes. The sweaty ones, sweaty pickles. Yesterday on the stream, I was mentioning how I made it to the finals of the 5L on Sunday. And in the finals of the IL, Connor Bedard's on the IL. Oh boy, what day of the week is it? Tuesday? There's the pickle emotes. Ooh, Mr. Devil Dog, good to see you. Mr. DD, fellow Canadian, I believe. Are you the Canadian from? Are you the Erie? Are you from Erie? Are you a Connor McDavid fan? There's so many Canadians and I like to get to know all of you, and I do know many of you, but after a while, all the Canadians just like a box of Timbits. It's like, I don't know. I can't distinguish them apart. They're all Timbits. Holy smokes, D-Block. Enough with the big pickle already. Oof. So yeah, those of you that don't understand the D-Block pickle, yesterday I was talking about, I'd never come across this team before in the 5-hour 6-hour. I don't know if they're a new player. Their name is Tim. So Tim, if you're watching, how you doing, Tim? I think it's like Tim 1515 or Tim 5111 or Tim 9398. I don't know. I get all my numbers mixed up, but it was a Tim. And I've never seen them before. I've seen that logo, but for different teams. And so I lose to the Pickles. And so I was complaining. And then D-Block posts he gives me the gigantifying emote there yesterday. I'm going, holy smokes, that's a big pickle. That's a big German pickle. So he finds it upon himself to find a big German pickle. And he sends it to my Discord and he says, Lap, go check the Discord. I sent you a picture of the German pickle. And I'm like, I'll check it later. I'd never been sent pictures of German big pickles before. I don't know if I should feel ashamed or honored. Oh man. Anyway, that's not the you know how I like to say synchronicity, take a drink? Well, get ready to take a big gulp. Not just a drink, but a big gulp. So as I'm talking about this, yesterday at around 4 p.m. Eastern, the 5L is going on. Yesterday's 5L. And you'll never guess who I played in yesterday's 5L as I was talking about losing in the finals to the Portland Pickles. Yeah. If you can read, you can see it on the stream. Synchronicity, take a drink. At the very same time I was talking about it, I was playing once again the Portland Pickles. This time, though, they beat me in the semifinals, not the finals. So back-to-back 5Ls. I'm playing Pickles and talking about Pickles and getting sent pictures of Pickles and gigantify emotes of Pickles. So anyway, Portland Pickles, they got the 2 bounty tickets 2 days in a row because they beat me twice. Here's the manager, Tim. I think I said Tim. Maybe I said Nick. Maybe I said Jim. I don't know. Tim 2117. I don't know who you are, but I feel preserved now. Do you preserve pickles? What do you do with pickles? Who's a pickle maker out there? And no, don't send me pictures of your preserved pickles. What do people do when they put pickles in jars? You pickle them. Oh, you pickle them. Gorgo would know. Gorgo's a big foodie. Don't you preserve them? You put them in like vinegar and garlic and stuff. So yeah, I'm ashamed to say that back-to-back days I've been beaten by a couple of pickles. So for those of you that were wondering why I was showing D-Block's pickle, that would be why. So again, thank you for the meme. Thank you. I had to admit I had to give it a giggle. I did. But don't worry. We will be back to Applebee's one day. As soon as someone subscribes and gives me their location and promises me not to call the RCMP, we'll check out another Applebee's. So yes, back-to-back losses to the Portland Pickles. I did not lose to them today, 3 days in a row. Oh yeah. Now you guys are hamming it up. What goes good with pickles but ham? Port Perry. Yeah, I'm not gonna deny it. I will not deny it. Maybe it's because I'm wearing a Blue Jay hat and the Blue Jays are sucking right now. But go Vlad Guerrero, and congratulations to former Blue Jay, Mr. Hernandez, home run derby champ, beating this Kansas City Royal player. A Kansas City Royal player did something. Uh-oh. 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 Here comes the fire. All the Kansas City Royal fans spitting fire. Lunchbox, how you doing, Lunchbox? My 2,000 subscriber yesterday. Lunchbox, I hope you get something good in the packs that were delivered to you about 10 minutes ago. What else is going on here in the chat? Yeah, I mean, who didn't have a cellar full of pickles? We still have pickles. My wife preserves, or I guess you guys say she pickles cucumbers. Because that's, for those of you that don't know, pickles are actually cucumbers. Yeah. They're fermented cucumbers. That's the word I'm looking for, fermented. So D-Block sent me an unfermented pickle, which, no, it's not even a pickle. It's a cucumber. It's not pickled yet. I got to use my proper words. Otherwise, Franchise Time Machine is going to use pickle names in his team. This is an what word did I use? Unfermented cucumber. So it's not quite a pickle. So D-Block, there's misinformation floating around. This is not a pickle. You sent me the wrong thing. It's not fermented yet. Coming soon, a D-Block song about pickles. Oh no, what did I just say? Oh. Rewind the clock. Let's talk about unfermented cucumbers. All right. Well, congratulations, Tim1515, for taking me out in yesterday's 5L as we were talking about pickles. Where is my game here? I don't even know who won that tournament. I was so upset. I had to go grab a cuke. What's the name brand for your guys' pickles down there? Like if you go to a store, ours up here are dill pickles, because we put dill. You can grow dill in the garden, and it smells like woof, and you put that dill in your vinegar and your cucumbers. What's yours? Great value. You must be Canadian. All right. We got another Canadian. We have great value up here. Is that the one with the stork? I remember commercials when I was a kid. This is a one with the stork, right? Vlasic? Yeah. Okay. What does designing a Matrix episode entail? Guanches. Well, you've been reading my note cards, haven't you? Well, let me tell you. Let's get to that right now, because that's next up on the slides here. Today on the sponsored Matrix by A-Dub. A-Dub used as Helm Biscuits. You may know him as I-Dub or A-Dub or I-Dub, depending on what part of the country you live in. But I-Dub13, A-Dub13, A-Dub _Pac-Man is sponsoring today's episodes by spending the Helm Biscuits. And what that entails, Guanches, is you get to give me 4 players, and you get to tell me what team you want them to play on in 2024. In this case, I-Dub is putting them on the Tampa Bay Rays, and we see if we can get them a World Series. Preferably, I'd like some Hall of Famers, because this year we're doing a Hall of Fame Matrix where Twipt meets the Hall of Fame. And so today, here's a little teaser for you coming up later. 2 of the players that I-Dub has picked, I'll show you the 2 pitchers that we're going to put on the Tampa Bay Rays. First, Jamie Moyer. We're going to be using the 1999 Jamie Moyer. And IDub is going with age. He's going with experience. He's going with guys that are over 35, pretty much. So one of the pictures he has chosen to put on is Jamie Moyer, the 1999 version. And he said, you know what, Lap? Let's throw on Randy Johnson. And there's a story behind these that IDub has sent me some information about why he chose these players. I'll let you guys, I'll read that out once we get started. But we're going to have two great pitchers, Randy Johnson and Jamie Moyer. Do you like pickles, IDub? Are you a pickle fan? It's better than, you know what, you go to these, I don't know what's up with Americans, but I've been to a few American pubs, and at the bar, they got jars of fermented eggs. I think they're eggs. What's up with that? We don't have that in Canada. We have pretzels and peanuts at the bar. But you go to some bars in America and they got these big, huge jars, probably with vinegar and fermentation, and there's eggs in there. I'd rather eat 5 pickles than one of those eggs. Pickled wieners too? Okay, we're not talking about wieners today. I wonder if the wiener champ could break the record for most pickled wieners. That's gross. Yeah. Sponsored by Vlasic, the pickled wiener eating contest. Ugh. Now you guys are just, I'm not even hungry. I am not hungry. No, I have not had pickled eggs. All right, so there you go. That's what the sponsored matrix is. You can use your Helm Biscuits and you can sponsor an upcoming matrix. Otherwise, we spin the wheel and we find out which Hall of Famers and which TWIP cards get put on the matrix team. So there will be a form coming out a little bit later where you can enter and win 10 packs. I want to kind of show you the profiles before you make any predictions. So that will come up a little bit later in the show. But in the meantime, speaking of packs, it is time for the early bird giveaway. Let's wind up Mario and start it off. And Boiled Egg, I see you in the chat. Boiled Egg, if you win, I'm going to pick a second winner. And we'll be back after the break. Back in 2 minutes' time for All-Star Talk and the bounty. Get your bronze non-combinator bounty team ready. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Ho, hi, ho, coming down the plains, stealing wheat and barley and all the other grains. It's a ho, hey, hi, hey, farmers bar your doors when you see the Jolly Roger on Regina mighty shores. It's a hey, ho, hi, ho, coming down the plains, stealing wheat and barley and all the other grains. It's a ho, hey.
right, welcome back again. Enter the giveaway, exclamation tickets. Again, if you missed it, if you are just coming back after an extended vacation, a long weekend, a July 4th celebration, and you're just returning back to OOTP, we've got a couple sales with OOTP going on right now until Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern. So you have about 48, 52, I don't know, about 60 some hours left in the perfect point sale. Don't know when the next one's going to be. It might not be until the end of the MLB regular season. So if you were thinking about buying some perfect points, they are 30% off now in combination with the All-Star game. And yes, content coming out on Thursday, even though Spora came out with content yesterday, and we have missions that already dropped today. We'll check on those a little bit, but there will be some new content coming out Thursday as part of the regular TWIP show. So check that out on TWIP, noon Eastern Standard Time. And EVC and I will be on. It will be EVC in Dallas this week with the Amigo show on Thursday, 9 a.m. Mountain. So check out. I don't think we got a teaser yet on the content. That should be coming out, I think, probably a little bit later today. So perfect points on sale. And also the game is on sale as well for 50% off. If you're looking to pick up a second copy, 50% off, $24.99 on OOTP 25. Okay. Bounty. It's going to be the non-combinator bounty today. So if you guys want to try and win some packs, we're going to wait until the next one fires off because this one already has 4 in it. So while we're waiting for it to refire, let's go check out some of these new missions. Let's see what we are playing for, what we are collecting, what we can try to fulfill. Is there a pickle mission? And the best way is to go by sort by date added. And there we go. 47 minutes. Holy smokes. You're making me scroll, Sporer. Usually the missions, you don't have to scroll. Woo. Well, I think some of you guys are busy. I'm still scrolling. I'm scrolling very slow, but there we go. Did someone count these up? Someone please count these up because I can't count that high. Love when the new mission comes in and you get a pile of green. Well, what does that mean, green? What's a pile of green? I know what a beverage green means, but not a pile of green, like green money because you have so many dupes to sell. Oh, if it's complete. Oh, yeah. See, I've got that turned off. Yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's a pile of green. I like to show for new people out there, if you want to kind of not show the completed ones, just go to the show incomplete. And then usually I like to show by completion percentage descending. So it shows which ones I'm closest to completing. And then if you want to, you can click on the mission and it shows you which cards you still need. In this case, I have 26 out of 27. So I only need one more to complete this mission. And then you can click on search all cards in the card shop on the right-hand side. Hide the cards you own because you don't want to buy the green ones. You already own them. So click hide cards I own. And now you can buy the cheapest one. So there's one here for 36 points. I'm going to buy that one. And so for 36 points, I have just completed this mission. I've got a John Smiley and a silver pack for 36 points. Submit. And this is not my packs only team, so don't worry, guys. This is my D-Block lap tutorial team. So yeah, some missions there. I'm almost done. So yeah, every time you're close, you can just go and see which cards you're missing. Click on search cards in the card shop, hide the cards you own, and buy a cheap one here. Nippy Jones for 35 points. Well, we're not here to complete these missions. We're here to look at the newest missions. And apparently some of you have a lot of green, which is good. Do I have any? Well, this isn't my main team, so I'm not going to have a lot of these complete. So what are we looking at for prizes here? Did anyone add this up for me? How many missions do we have? You can click the show. Oh, is there a new only newest? Did they add that one now? Oh yeah, only newest. And it doesn't give me a number here showing me how many. Okay. See, I learned something new. 39. Thank you, TX Jenks. 39 new missions. So what do we got? We got all packs here? Are there any cards? Ooh, there's cards. Were these cards ever shown on stream? I don't think so, right? I don't think we saw these ones. So apparently there's a Ted Williams. If you complete all missions, all 38 missions, top left. Oh yeah, 39. Yeah. Well, let's go see what the big card you're playing for is. I mean, Joe DiMaggio mission card was really good. Ted, show cards without sell orders. There's already a buy order for 500K. It's going to go for probably more than 500K, I would think. Holy blue. One of these things is not like the other, and that's Ted Williams versus left-handed pitchers. Avoid K. Way name, I'll show you. So this is what you do for all you new players out there when you're trying to complete missions. You go to your mission screen. I like to sort by completion percentage. All missions, only incomplete in the show menu. So that's how you can pick the cards or the missions you want to see. And now I've got 24 out of 25 for Joe DiMaggio. So I click the mission. I can either go and I can click on the card and it'll take me to the card shop and I can buy it. All the grayed out ones mean you don't own them. Or you click right above or right below the card, the reward card. It says search all cards in the card shop. You click that. All the green ones, all of these are part of that mission. You own the ones already that are in green. So you want to hide cards that you own because you don't want to rebuy them by mistake. Now it only shows cards that you could buy for that mission that you don't own yet. So again, you look for the cheapest one. Austin Wells is 11 points. That's the cheapest. Boom. So for 11 perfect points, I just got myself the Mission Edition Joe DiMaggio and a silver pack. Always double check though before you submit them, because once you submit them, you're locking them for good. You can't sell them once you submit them. So you want to make sure that if there's any card you may want to sell in the future, go buy a different one. Go buy like one for 25 perfect points and take off your diamond or take off your perfect card. Be very careful because you could sell a card for 20,000 points when all you need to do is, I could buy this one for 19 and not submit the one worth 20,000. Makes sense, right? Makes sense to buy a cheap one and not submit the other one. So then all you would do is you would uncheck ones you don't want to sell. So once I uncheck that one, now it says I'm still one card short. See, it says 24 out of 25. So now if I don't want to sell that silver card, I can go back in. I can buy another one for 19 points. And now when I go back to that mission, the one that I just bought for 19 points, this one here, I check it. Now the mission's complete again. and that one I don't want to sell is not checked, so he will not be locked. I can always sell him if I wanted to. So always, before you submit missions, always look at the cards that the game is submitting for you. It's not so much of a big deal with the live missions because they're all live cards, but on other missions, where there may be some high profile cards, diamonds or perfect cards, always double check. See if I can find one here. There's a few gold in that one. Again, this isn't my main account, so I don't have a ton of high level cards. All right, so that's what you do to easily complete your missions. That's a great quality of life feature that they added in a couple years ago, where you can simply go search all cards in the mission, hide the ones you own, and look for the cheapest one and buy it. So back to the missions. I mean, if anyone in chat says they've got the Ted Williams yet, let me know. Because that card, what position can he play anyway? Let's go back and check Ted. Hopefully he plays a few positions. And yeah, if you have any other questions about missions or filters or things, the community here in chat, they know everything. They absolutely know everything. They can help you out. So if I miss your question, you guys can answer for me. Yeah, way name, very, very quick, much, much quicker. So I'm glad you discovered that today because it does save a lot of time. So Ted Williams is left field and right field. Okay, so he can play the corner outfielders. I'm sure he's the new meta corner outfield. I don't know who that replaces. You can let me know who gets moved out of the meta now. Oh, also recommend changing the use order to 1 lock, 2 active, 3 reserve, 4 inactive combi. Okay, so yes. Another thing about the card shop and your missions. Missions. So when you go and lock something, so if I want to get Ken Griffey Jr. here, I need 2 more cards. So I go and I get the 2 cards on the card shop. And then at the very bottom of the card here of your reward, you got a pull down menu. And so what Ollie is mentioning is that you recommend this as 1 locked, 2 active, 3 reserve. What else? I'm just trying to read your 3 reserve, 4 inactive combi, which I think is default, right? Oops. Now it scrolled up too far. Okay, which one do I want? The first one, Ollie, or the last one? 1 locked, 2 act, the bottom one? So you're recommending the bottom one that people select? Or the second one? 1 locked, 2 active, 3 reserve, 4 inactive combi. Oh, yes. You want to make sure that any combinators you own are locked last. So this basically tells the game when the AI chooses the cards to lock for you. If you don't go and manually do it, the AI will do it. And this is kind of the order that they will do, that they will search for in terms of cards to lock for the mission. So Ollie is recommending that you choose the second one. I would say either the first one or the second one, because that way your combinators are the last ones to be locked. So it's going to search for other cards first. And then if they still don't have enough, then it's going to pick your combinator cards that you own. You don't have to worry about that for these live missions, but for other missions, you would. Yep, makes sense, Ollie. Thanks for the tip. So back to the missions here that you guys are probably busy completing. So let's go to the newest ones. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mission cards plus the ultimate topper, the Ted Williams. Thank you for the follows. They're in AFers. And D. Mendro, thank you for the follow as well today. Boiled Egg gifting a sub to Fussmucker, the memester. Oh yeah, give it up. Big round of applause for Boiled Egg. Thank you, Boiled. And I can't wait for an announcement coming soon to a Twitch stream near you with special guest Boiled Egg. You don't know what Boiled Egg looks like. You get to see him, possibly. I don't know. I haven't really discussed it with him. I don't want to make any assumptions. All right. So, okay, with these new cards, since we didn't see them on stream, you guys have checked all these out. You guys are like way ahead of the curve. Of the mission ones, who looks other than Ted Williams, who looks like they're really good? Yeah, don't enter any bronze quicks yet. We got distracted on missions. We're gonna wait for a new one to fire up. Oh, there's a new bronze now. Okay, we'll talk about timing. Okay, new bronze. Bronze or lower. Yes, 0 to 16. If you want to get in the bounty, enter now. This is a non-combinator bounty. Do not use any cards in your combinators. D-block. Ooh, what am I doing? Withdrawn. I'm thinking about missions. There we go. Let's enter again. Maybe that'll give me a better draft position or better seeding. A-Dub, Black Knights, Bone Bruisers, D-Block tutorials, Macabre. Oh, who won yesterday? Makadkar was playing D-Block in the final after Makadkar beat me in the semifinal. D-Block won it. All right, so D-Block's non-combinator team won it yesterday. I see Andy from Sheffield's there. So again, if you want to enter in an iron team, a bronze team, as long as there's no combinators, don't worry about declaring yet, because once we get it full, then I'll open it up and you guys can declare. All right, we'll check on that in a bit. Also going on, we have the All-Star Pop-Up, number 1. So if you were one of the 256 teams to get in, what am I missing here? I don't always react when there's pickles and wieners. Come on. Don't typecast me. I resent being profiled. No profiling. Leave that up to criminal minds. Goats and kitties, yes. I will react to goats. Holy smokes, there's that pickle again. Oh, I see what you did there. You're testing me out. See, I told you Lap only reacts to pickles and wieners. You get, Boiled Egg. What am I not reacting to? I gotta go up to the okay. Let me push these up. I use the second one, combi last, unless you want to lock up your combis before regular. No, we don't want to do that. I didn't say bronze 6513. No. I said when a new one fires off. Okay. Skull Hearts are in, LPs are in. You're probably in the wrong one now. It's no combi. I mentioned that earlier. Okay. Play what you like, yeah. Play whatever you like, yeah. I did mention no combi at the very beginning. I did say no combi. Don't put words in my mouth. Okay, that's where I started picking up the chat with the new bronze that we entered. Carlton Gold looks excellent. Okay, thank you, Lowly Worm. Minerva loves the new Michael Young Silver. And iDub says all the cards look good. Okay, good. No new bronze mission cards gonna get. Yeah, thanks. I'm taking a drink for that one. I will eat pickles. I will eat pickles all day, but eggs, pickled eggs? No, I'm not going to eat those pickled eggs. Yeah. See? You did what Ollie North did to me. I said I wasn't going to react to pickles, so he posts a pickle and I reacted. You said you're not reacting, and you just did. So we're both hypocrites. Tune in next stream. The Hypocrite Brothers, featuring Boiled Egg and Laptop Hound, and Ezra Denny as a special guest. He is the grandfather of the Hypocrites. Sounds like a good Canadian rock band. The Hypocrites. Okay, what else? Already had the missions ready to complete for Carlton. He does look like a nice gold. So no bronze. It looks like all these missions are silver or higher. And some of the missions have diamond era packs. And I wonder if these guys, if these will probably be in perfect drafts too. Because I have not drafted on my other account my pop-up draft number 2. So I wonder if it gives an edge, because if someone drafts their pop-up number 2 that fires off in about 4 hours, they might get a Ted Williams, which is very smart for waiting until the mission cards came out. I don't know if they programmed them in. If anyone ever does a perfect draft and they see a mission card from today, let me know. Well, the Lap D Block tutorial is in the All-Star Game pop-up, currently playing Milwaukee, and they are run by Jay Halian, and we're up 2-0 in this best of 9. Yeah, this is a best of 9 pop-up. It filled fairly quickly. The first one did anyway, and the winner's going to get 2 historical rainbow packs, and if you win one round, you're going to get at least 1 historical silver. We are up 2-0. All teams had to draft the same 6 players in the first round. And those 6 players were Cliff Lee, who won his game. Well, he didn't win, but 18-11. 11.57 ERA for my Cliff Lee. Yo, ouch. Also, everyone had to draft this guy, hitting .375 after 2 games. Not bad. They had to draft this catcher, which is going to make base stealing very difficult. If you're able to get a Max Carey or a Chase Utley as part of your selections, Ivan's only hitting .875. He's 7 for 8, folks. You heard me right. He's 7 for 8 with 2 home runs in this tournament. Yeah, Ryan Howard is new 68 Pirates. So there you go. If you haven't drafted your pop-up number 2, you may get a choice of some of these cards. Who else did we have to draft? We had to draft Gonzalez, hitting 500 for me. And Nelson Cruz, 71 silver Nelson Cruz. He's only 3 for 4. Yeah, the first one, Ollie filled very quickly, and the second one, by the end of my stream yesterday, it filled. So it took probably about 8 hours for the second one to fill. Ryan Howard is the one card your Chase Utley team needs. Well, I'm sure you'll be able to get it on the card shop. How do you check how many packs you win in a week? Is it a matter of counting? Yeah, you pretty much have to manually do that. There's no way to check that way. So when I check my packs, it's I look at each tournament, count up my wins, multiply it by the packs in that win, and then count up my second places and do the same thing. All right, so there you go. This tournament is underway. We got 256 teams. That's a lot of scrolling here. See some familiar names. Franchise Time Machine is up 2-0. Macabre tied at 1. The Whips up 2-0. D-Block's Bone Bruisers tied at 1 with the Bridesmaids. TX Jenks, they're at the bottom, up 2-0 as well. So yeah, this is a draft. You don't need to own the cards. You simply draft from a pool of players. But because this is a pop-up, you have to sometimes pick specific cards that the game forces you to take. So round one, everyone had to take the 6 Texas Rangers in honor of the All-Star game today. Archer's down 2-0. That's not like Archer. Come on, Archer. Baycats tied at 1. Yeah, pretty much everyone except, everyone except Ollie is in here. The Oscars selling for $5.50. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. Last year, Vlad Guerrero Jr. got a card for winning the home run derby. He got a diamond card. It was a pretty cool looking card. It had the card art picture from when he won the home run derby. So this year, do we see a Hernandez on Thursday? Do they do the same thing? Or do they make it, a special limited edition card? Or do they put it as a mission? In which case you might need the live Hernandez to fulfill it. I don't know. Or maybe he goes up to gold. That's only something Fussmucker can tell us. All right, welcome back after the break. So again, we'll keep an eye on the All-Star Pop-Up 1. A lot of you guys are in it there. And also, we're going to take a look at the bounty that has fired off. I apologize because I did say we're going to play non-combinator, and I did say we'll wait till the next one fired up. But of course, I have to get in it for it to be a bounty. So if you guys did enter the next one that fired up, I apologize because we were looking at the missions. I didn't realize how many missions came out today. So here we go. Here are the teams in the bounty. So here is where we do the teacher roll call. You have to let me know if you're in. iDub, I know, is probably here somewhere. So I'm going to count him as present. No combinators. Ollie North, I saw chatting. He is here. No combinators. Max LP. I don't think I've seen Max LP. Are you here, Max? Max. Oh, there you are. I see you up there. Yep, Max is here. Max has no combinators from Bonnie Lake, Washington. How about the Dr. G? They do have a no combinator team, so they are compliant. Max in the corner, eating pickles. See, Bonnie Lake does not seem like a place that would have pickled eggs. If you went to Bonnie Lake, they seem too cool for pickled eggs. So do we have the caffeinated Killabrew? I love the name. Cheers, caffeinated Killabrew. Are you here? Because if you are, you would qualify for the bounty. D-Block is here. Let's just double check his team. Yep. How about the Dry Creek Crawdaddies? Johnny P., are you here? Johnny P. Ham and Hammer, Sam Bam 1965. Sam Bam Whamalama Jim Jam, are you here? Johnny P is here. Okay, Sam Chap, they are in. Macabre is here. TX Jenks is here. How do you pronounce this one? Ultimate Carlos, are you here? You are compliant if you are. No combinators. Yes, okay. Quindio Capybara. Was I even close? Quindio Capybara. All right, good. So far, the only team that hasn't said they were here were the Caffeinated Killabrew. Otherwise, we're all here. The Red Barons by Mattwell 15. Mattwell. Looking for Matt. Welcome, Matt. It's Quindio. It's in Colombia. Oh, do we have someone watching from Colombia here? Speaking of coffee, love me some Colombian coffee. Hey, Carlos, Carlos, do you guys eat pickled eggs down there? Like, serious question. Or have you like evolved into the 21st century? In Colombia, there's probably some weird things that you guys eat down there. Not weird for you guys, but weird for us in here in Canada. How about, I already asked for Matt Well. I didn't see Matt Well. Andy from Sheffield. Oh, Andy snuck in here, but he does not qualify. Andy, you got 2 minutes. Andy, knock, knock. Andy, go remove all your combinators. Oh man, this is the team that's going to win right here. They got combinators galore. The Mud Hens, Yeti Bon. Yeti. Oh, good. Andy is here. Well, you got 2 minutes if you have time. Just throw in like some regular bronze. Werewolves. Kirby York. And finally, the Washington Park Rangers and Sean. Kirby York is here. Okay, so we've got, looks like about 13, 14 managers here. I did not hear from Matt Well, probably spamming tournaments, and I did not hear from, which one was it? It was Caffeinated Killabrew. So that's good. You could break the rule and take out Sheffield. All right. Well, hopefully Andy will have time to fix up his team before, because then it's an even playing field. That is the only team that has any combinators on it. So 15 out of 16, almost perfect again, guys. And my first opposition. You can't win the packs by by defeating me in the first game, but it will be Makadkar. So Makadkar, we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday with you defeating me. You're going with Paul Splittorff. I'm going with Paul Splittorff. There we go. May the best Paul Splittorff team win. It is 6514. 6514, but you only have like 40 seconds. You loaded your daily live roster. Well, thank you, Andy. Thanks for taking one for the community here. Thank you. Now watch, you'll win it. Or at least maybe you match up against me and knock me out. All right, well, we're gonna wait for the first sim to come in so then I can go back and double check the rosters here. Again, exclamation enter, exclamation ticket. The early bird draw is going to be in as soon as this first sim comes in and we analyze it a bit, then we're going to do the early bird draw. All right. Yes. Do you guys realize OOTP 25 came out 4 months ago yesterday? It's the 4-month anniversary yesterday of OOTP 25. It's already been 4 months. So we're 1/3 of the way through this cycle. Amazing. Amazing. Just seems like yesterday we were hyping it up and wondering what it was going to be. And we saw the teaser videos and all those other things 4 months ago. Okay, just going to wait for this sim to come in. Again, this is my tutorial team. Should be popping in, and I face off against Makadkar. And if I win, it looks like I'm playing either the Hammers or the Hens. But I don't think Yeti Bon is here. All right, sim is in, Makadkar. Here we go. Here we go. And again, you are my nemesis. 4-3, Makadkar. Your Splittorf takes the win. My Splittorf doesn't even make it 5 innings, but 3 runs. I'm up 3-1. I'm up 3-2. And top of the 7th, you get a couple runs. That's all she wrote. Well, now I'm in danger. Now the bounty is on the line, and first opportunity goes to Sam Bam Whamma Jim Jam. Sam Bam, if you defeat me in this next game, you will get 5 packs sent to you within the next 24 to 48 hours. Should I win that game, then it looks like I'll play the loser of Makadkar and Toledo. Okay. Just like yesterday, I lost game 1, and then I went all the way to the semifinals. Your roster didn't stick even though you changed it on your tournaments tab. Well, thanks for trying there, Andy. Good luck to you in the tournament. Didn't give you a lot of time to change it, and yeah, no problem. When you spam tournaments, that's going to happen. Where is Sheffield here? Yeah. But the good news is that I'll probably be knocked out because you're at the top part of the bracket. I'm at the bottom part of the bracket. So it would be a long time before we met up against each other. I would have to make it probably at least to the quarterfinals, the second round of the quarterfinals, for me to face your team. So the bounty should likely be claimed by someone that is compliant here in chat. All right, let's do our early bird draw. Well, good things come to people that raid. Minerva 9398, you are our first giveaway winner today. And hopefully you're going to pull some good cards for your missions there and get that silver card that you're looking for. Minerva 9398. That will be the account that I send those, request those packs to be sent to. Again, we've got more giveaways coming up. We have a late bird draw at the end of the stream. I'm here until 4 p.m. Eastern, a couple more hours. And we have the Matrix, and we can take a look at the Matrix in just a little bit. But I want to go over to my main team for a second and take a look at the 5L from today. I was knocked out in round 1, but it should still be going on. And then I'll show you the latest update with points. So I got knocked out by the Peoria Spitfires, and Andrell, who was a PAX-only champion on Sunday. Congratulations, Andrell. First week in PAX-only and rookie, and he takes home a championship. Quite the accomplishment. Good stuff. And now you knock me out. As always, when Lap loses, he loses in 7, and usually in extra innings, in this case, in the bottom of the 9th. So don't you tell me about your bad tournament luck. No, 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 no. You guys see it every single day on my stream. Off stream, I do much better. I don't know what's up with that. Same with pack pulling. Go Blue Jays. So I got beat by Peoria. Right now we are in the quarterfinals. The Chattanooga Chernobyls are going to go to the semis and guarantee themselves at least 1 point. They defeat the Bellevue Bagels. I see what you did there. Who doesn't like a good bagel? I hear it goes well with pickles. Pickles and bagels. EVC has bagels and schmear. Wow, we can have bagels and pickles. Beachside Blue Hornets, they will advance to the semifinals. I don't mind an egg bagel. No, egg and bacon. A little bit of hot sauce. Ooh, bagels and coffee. Somehow I need to work that into a theme team. Some of you bright minds out there, figure out how I can do a theme team with bagels and coffee. It ties to EVC with bagels, and it ties to me with coffee. Players from Colombia and New York. Maybe. Feyenoord makes his way to the semifinals, getting at least 1 point. And TX Jenks takes out 68 Pirate, who was listening. I saw 68 Pirate make a comment earlier. So 68 Pirate gets knocked out 4-1. Richie Zisk, one of the new cards, performing really well, 296 for TX Jenks, taking a risk on a Zisk. How do you like that? Laptop Hound 2024 copyrighted. And in our other semifinals still going on, the only one that hasn't been decided, the Cleveland Spiders are down 3-2 to the Dakota Slammers. And let's see who these teams are. The Dakota Slammers are run by Doobie McNoobs and I've seen the Cleveland Spiders around quite a bit in the top 8. They are run by Pride Month Kana. So one of those two teams will be going to the semis, and we should be able to find out. It might even be now because the sim has come in. Let's see if we have our semifinal matchups. Oh, Mark Canna. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, Spore. That makes sense. Yeah, the semifinals are done. The Cleveland Spiders will lose 4-2 to the Dakota Slammers. So on one side of the bracket, we have Chernobyls going up against the Blue Hornets. And on the other side, we have the Jenks team run by TX Jenks going up against the Dakota Slammers. Okay, I'm always curious who you guys put on your rosters here. I guess if we look at your quarterfinal matchup, we can see your rosters easier. So Chernobyl has Willie Mays. So Willie Mays, another mark on the overall leaderboard for him. He makes it to the semis. Andrew Jones, there's another Andrew Jones making it to the semis. Max Manning, CC Sabathia, the 74 CC Sabathia, 2-0. Great silver choice there. For Feyenoord's Blue Hornets, he's got players like the DH first baseman Ron Blomberg, two-time MVP in the tournament so far. He's having quite the tournament for Feyenoord. Great card. There's another Vaughn Hayes. I'm telling you, this card is meta every single time you draft this guy. I don't care what your other choices are. If Adam Dunn's there, you take them both. There is no card other than maybe Adam Dunn with him that you take other than Vaughn Hayes. What a tournament. It's Bloom despite 1-0. Okay, it is Bloom. Okay. That's how if I had to guess, I would have guessed Bloomberg. Who else do they have? They got the NEL Alexander, MVP of one of the rounds. They got the NEL Steffens. If you're new to the game, a hint for the 5L and 6L, take the specialty cards. Take the OOTP 25. Take the baseball reference. Take the NEL. Take the limited edition. For the most part, they perform the best. Few exceptions. Bob Forsch, Arnie Stone. So yeah, beachside, with Vaughn Hayes, Frank Duncan as a silver card. I like that Feyenoord team. Pitching's a little weak, but hitting looks really strong. How about TX Jenks? Who are they fielding here? They've got, TX Jenks. I love it. MVP of round 2, hitting .349, 30 hits, 3 home runs, and 7 RBIs. Kitty doesn't get a lot of action lately because the Wally Joyner of the Jeff Bagwell, some of the newer cards that have come out at first baseman. He's not getting as much love, but TX Jenks is showing some love for Kitty, and Kitty is purring right back. Playing well for you. And you've got Vaughn Hayes. Okay, you are my favorite to win all of it now. Vaughn Hayes, Kitty, you got the Richie Zisk new card. You got Frank Duncan as your catcher. Who did you pay to get these choices? Claudio, you got Arnold Carter. Not top end pitchers, but you got pitchers that are maybe that second, third tier. Nate Carnes. Yeah, that's my favorite to win so far. But let's take a look at the Dakota Slammers. Sandy Alomar, great, great, great. If you see him in the iron rounds, take him. I mean, if you pair him with Mr. Connie Day in the infield, nothing's getting through there. Sandy Alomar, what an awesome... It's basically Connie Day light because their profiles are very similar, but obviously Sandy's an iron version. Who else do the Slammers have? Henry Davis as a silver catcher. They also have the Richie Zisk. So Richie Zisk looks like it's an up-and-comer card against the lefties. Going to have to start looking for him. The new Archie Vaughn. So the Slammers picked up a lot of the new cards. Mike Keith. And pitching wise, they've got the best pitching staff of the 4 remaining teams. They've got Arnie Stone. They've got Paul Splittorff. They've got Steve Trout. Yeah. Wilbur Wood. Justin Verlander. Oh yeah, they've got the best pitching staff. Unfortunately, the best hitters in TX are going up against the best pitchers here. So I think whoever wins that series wins it all. Feyenoord, I think, is going to come out of the first semifinal and face off either against the hitters or against the pitchers. We will see. This is the morning one. So this one is played in a Olympic Stadium. Cool. There's our leaderboard. Dolph Camilli, Morales. So this is what the 5L and 6L update look like. Let me bring that up on screen. And then after our next break in a couple minutes, we're going to put up the matrix form for your chance to win 10 packs. So here is the 5L, not of course including today. Here's my battle with the Pickles, and the Pickles have won both of them. So they beat me in the finals on Sunday, and then they beat me in the semifinals yesterday. Makadkar coming in third yesterday. We Are Marshall won the tournament yesterday. Spore wins the tournament on Friday, I guess. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yep. So this is what it's looking like. Feyenoord will get at least 1 point today because he made the semifinals. So Feyenoord is going to take back the lead. The Spiders did not make the semifinals, so they will not get a point. And those Portland Pickles have 7 now. And the Chernobyls are in the semi, so they're going to get at least 1 point. So Chernobyls, the Hornets, 2 of the 4 teams But TX Jenks can definitely maybe move into the top 10. I don't know if the Matrokis finished in the top 4 here. Don't see them. In terms of the best outfielders of the ones that we're tracking, Adam Dunn has been part of 9 top 4 teams. I said Vaughn Hayes is good. Take him. He's been part of 10 teams, but Andrew Jones and Rusty Staub are not too far behind. 7 appearances each on a top 4 team in the month of July. Willie Mays has 5. We're going to add 1 to Willie because I saw 1 Willie today. And Colavito, 1 appearance. I just put in an old school meta player just to see if he'd make mini top 4s. In the 6L, this is what we got going on. Last night, the BYU Cougars take out Firenor. So Firenor is kind of our manager of the month so far because he's in the top 10 on both lists. So the Beachside Blue Hornets, a 2nd place finish. Low Diamond Phillips coming in 3rd last night. And the Fargo Fielders will come in 4th. Teddy Grahams took last night's bounty ticket as they were the team to defeat me. And as of right now, Makadkar in 1st place with Wabanaki. I don't think Wabanaki is on the other one. No. I think the only one on both lists is Firenor. Matrokis in 2nd place. Unfortunately, their 5L team did well today, so that won't count for the 6L. There's Tiger GDK, 7 points in 3rd. The Chorbitos, 68 Pirate. The Dragons, the Halud, Firenor, the Spitfires, and the Heaters round up the top 10. In the 6L, I have 1 4th place finish this month. So I'm doing this month better in the 5L. Look at that. In the 5L, I've got a 2nd and 2 4ths. In terms of the outfielders we're tracking, in the 6L, it is Andrew Jones leading the way at 9 appearances. Vaughn Hayes and Rusty Staub have 5. And Adam Dunn, a little surprising. We haven't seen more Adam Dunns in the Final 4, have 4 appearances. So there you go. There is your 5L and 6L update at the end of the month. After the July 31st games, we will award our winner of 20 packs, and we'll spin the wheel of all the bounty ticket winners, the teams that have defeated me, and one of those teams will get 5 packs for the bounty. All right, guys, back after the break. We'll check back in on the bronze bounty, and then it's time to fire up the matrix. Back in 2.
Baby, go do 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 do. Baby, go do 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 do. Baby, go do 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 do. Baby, go. Mommy, go do 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 do. Mommy, go do 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 do. Hold on. Can we just make this about the babies? Baby, go do 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 do. Baby, go do 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 do.
right, welcome back. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Laptop Pound here for another 90 minutes. And then we're going to raid over to Dr. Dynastic at about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lots going on. If you missed it, missions are live. Missions are live. You can go and try to finish off those baseball reference missions and get yourself a nice, tasty pickle. I mean, a nice, tasty Ted Williams. Ted Williams is the ultimate topper in the mission cards today. And again, I don't have any profiles of them other than what you see in the game. So I can't show you any slides or anything for those mission cards, but they look good. They look good. The community's already saying that there's a lot of those cards that they can't wait to get on their regular team, their theme team, their other teams, but they look good. Well, guys, this is embarrassing. This is, I think, the quickest I've ever been eliminated from a bronze bounty. 2 games. The minimum amount of games is all it took. Game number 1, Makadkar beat me 4-3. And then in game number 2, if I can find it here, is it this one? No. Oh, yeah, they still include me as part of round 1. In game number 2, a 7-6 loss to the Hammond Hammers in 13 innings. Hammond scores 2 in the top of the 8th to take the lead. I tie it in the bottom of the 9th inning, and it looks like the Hound is going to prevail. So congratulations go out to the
winner,
Hammond Hammers. Shamalama ding, sama dama ling dong, ding dong, sama dama ling, whatever, Sam Bam. 1965. I will use that as the name to have some packs sent to. 5 packs to Sam Bam 1965. So apparently numbers win the competitions today is Minerva 9398 and Sam Bam 1965. Well, let's take a look what's shaping up here now that I'm out. Ollie is going to take on Max. So that's a good little rivalry there. Ollie and Max go up against each other in the quarters. And IE Dub, our Matrix sponsor, is going up against Makadkar. So excellent. Good to see the 4 of you guys advancing on. And Andy from Sheffield got taken out by Ollie's team by a score of 8-2. Holy smoke. 7 runs in the first inning, Ollie. Off of Zach Wheeler. Combinator 5, Zach Wheeler. So yeah, combinators don't always guarantee success. They have off days too. And 7 runs. And all of them earned. He didn't even get an out. That is amazing. Zach Wheeler starts 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 4 walks, 28 pitches. He doesn't even get an ERA recorded because he didn't get at least 1 out, which is too bad. That would have been like triple digits. And what a bad game for Zach Wheeler. So congratulations to those 4 teams. And on the other side of the bracket, we've got a few teams still alive there because, of course, only a couple games have been played. And I need to, where are we at the start of another one? You guys probably don't have any slots left. Do you? Do you have any slots left? I hate losing 2 in a row. I can't go down losing 2 in a row. I feel like I have to enter another one. Do I not? No, there's still too many teams left in that first one. Can't enter another one. All right, let's go back in and check on the All-Star Game pop-up. We should be close to the end of round 1. Last we checked, I was up 2-0. Probably means it's 2-2 now. No, it is 3-2. After suffering an 8-1 loss to Milwaukee, again, these are best of 9, so still a long way to go. The only teams that would be finished are any team that swept their first round, and I'm not seeing many. St. Louis side projects, they sweep the first round. EVC sweeps the first round. Is PAC's only team. Beats the Dinos. A sweep for Los Angeles Vice. A sweep for Cobson Gemeralds. Oh, this is not fair. This is not. I demand a recount. Venerio Peggy O's sweep this team.
We represent. We usually wear gray, but you know it's the best when we wear red jackets and fancy hats. Watch us bust and move in our mounty pants.
Go, Daryl! You've got soul, Daryl! Go, Daryl! Go! Oh, go, Daryl! Go, Daryl! Go!
RCMP, heroes and horseback from sea to sea. RCMP.
Pops, Pops, you thought you could sneak that by me? Pops and his RCMP. I love it. That put a big smile. Oh, man, that is so cool. You even got a logo, I think, maybe from the video. Pops Dongoria. He got swept because he didn't draft his team. What are you saying about the Canadian RCMP when you don't fulfill your duties as a manager? Come on, that's embarrassing. They gave up like 290 runs. Pops. Oh, Pops. Pops, we love you anyway. Valiant effort anyway for getting that team in there, and unfortunately you forgot to draft or thought it started a little bit later. But I'm going to be watching for this PAC's only Royal Canadian Mounted Police now. Yeah, they all got arrested. Well, no, that would mean the RCMP did their job. This manager did not do his job. The RCMP, man, their recruitment restrictions have gone way down. Way, way, way down. All right. Congratulations to the teams that have swept so far. And Charlotte Spores team is up 4-1 on the baseball club. Who else looks like they have a good chance of moving ahead here? Well, a lot of 3-2 series. Kansas City Wizards are up 4-1. Is that Minerva's team? Is he the Kansas City Wizards? That team name sounds familiar. The Friars win 5-0. Yeah, a lot of these series are 3-2. So still a long way to go. Again, my pitching staff, Cliff Lee, Ken Brett, Christopher Sanchez, John Means, and Louis Verland. A lot of lefties there in the lineup with Tug. And Mitch Keller is my high leverage kind of bullpen guys. But I also have Zach Thompson. This was a weird draft. Pops, you might be thankful that you weren't in this draft because I didn't look at the rules very carefully. And I did not realize that once you got to round 6, I think, it was all live cards for the rest of the draft. So that was like, whoa. All I'm getting is live cards now. So you got the 6 mandatory ones, and then you got a perfect diamond, gold, maybe a couple gold rounds where you could only take 1 card. But once you got to the silver rounds, it was all live the rest of the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 non-live cards, which is kind of cool, but I wish I would have read the rules carefully. I might have planned my draft a little bit better. because usually I just take a lot of live pictures and backup positions. So I would have made sure I had my starting lineup as historicals, which I came pretty close. I got Stan Musial. He was in my perfect choice of 12 cards. He's not doing too well, but give him time. Who else did I get? I went with a big time defensive center fielder. Buddy Lou. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of great choices, unfortunately. Joe DiMaggio, though, I did go with Joe, and he's ripping it up. You can see, look at this, 6, 9, 11 hits in 5 games. You're no Ted Williams mission card, but we will always remember you for the first 4 months of this cycle as Meta Joe. Meta Joe, especially if you're in the lower league levels, he rips it up. A lot of packs only team have Meta Joe. Oh, Barry Basher, Kansas City is your main. Oh. Yeah, see, I did check. See, Barry, I checked before even the next message came up. I call that a victory. I'm so proud of myself. I'm giving myself a round of applause. Okay, I'm going to spam another bronze here. All right, let me show you guys the Matrix team, and then I'm going to post the form so you guys can check it out. TX Jinx has the hitting and he has the pitching. Well, that's, are you talking about the 5L or are you talking about the pop-up? Because the 5L is exactly the same. You have the hitting and he has the pitching. Minerva is the Skull Hearts. Okay, I didn't know if he had more than one team. I knew he had the Skull Hearts, but I wasn't sure if he had more. Yeah, I've got a set of Tetsuiji uniforms too. I think I have 2. D-Block, shout out Tetsuiji, because if you subscribe to Tetsuiji, one of the fellow OOTP affiliates and Canadian, Tetsuiji, as a little bonus, will create uniforms for your team. And they are fantastic uniforms. He does a great job on them. So all you have to do is subscribe to the Tetsuiji channel. He does stream Wednesday evenings and Saturday afternoon is his kind of 2 main streams. Does a lot of base gameplay. Most of his time streaming is base game with the purple people eater beaters. Purple pickle people. I can't even say it. Colorado. One of them's Colorado, and then one of them is an Asian team, I think. KBO, maybe a KBO team. All right, let's look at the Matrix team. So before I release the form, once again, this is sponsored by iDub. iDub, shout out iDub. I believe he has a channel, doesn't he? I believe he does. Yeah, iDub has a channel. I even peeked in there one time a couple months ago. So shout out iDub. He streams the odd time. And iDub wanted a few players to be placed on the Tampa Bay Rays. So let's look at the pitching first. These are the 4 imported players into the 2024 environment, thanks to iDub. And let me see iDub here. Okay. I'm going to read out what he said about these players as well. Let's go to pitching first. Well, we're going to start with Jamie Moyer. Jamie Moyer is going to be in the number 3 slot for Tampa Bay to start. The AI controls it, so they may move him around. And this is the 36-year-old Jamie Moyer as of April the 1st. And iDub said, One of my favorite pitchers and one I modeled my game after, since I could never throw the hardest out of everyone else on the team. Recently, had a Food for Thought silver card and was always amazing to watch. So Jamie Moyer, yes, had a Food for Thought card, 79 silver, I believe. And IDub modeled his pitching after Jamie Moyer because he saw this guy who couldn't throw hard. You can see his fastball is 45. His highest pitch is a changeup, which is odd at 55 out of 55. Not odd in terms of an odd pitch to throw, but usually a lot of pitchers, that's not their best pitch. So one of his role models as a young pitcher himself was Jamie Moyer. So very cool that IDub got Jamie Moyer onto Tampa Bay. The other pitcher that he chose is the one, the only Randy Johnson. So here's the profile Randy Johnson's going to be using. This is the 37-year-old Randy Johnson, imported from his 2001 season when he was with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And he went 21-6 with a WAR of 10.9. So one of Randy Johnson's most dominant years. That's the profile he's going to have in the game. And IDub says, man, Randy was my favorite pitcher growing up. And I was so lucky to see him pitch while he was with the D-backs at Yankee Stadium. So he saw Randy Johnson, Yankees D-backs back in 2002. And then Randy would eventually pitch in New York a few years later. So cool story. IDub choosing Randy Johnson, his all-time favorite pitcher. And this is the 2001 version. IDub would see him a year later in real life. Well, who does IDub have as his hitters? Well, guess what? IDub went all out with his hitters here on Tampa Bay, hitting in the number 4 slot. He went old school and he went old player. He went with the vet. He went with 37-year-old 2001 Fred the Crime Dog McGriff. And about Fred, he says that he chose him because he was a recent Hall of Fame inductee, and also said that Tampa Bay had him on their inaugural roster. So back in 1998, Tampa Bay had Fred McGriff. Very, very cool. And in that year, in 1998, he hit 284. He would hit 310 as a 36-year-old. This is the 2001 version where he hit 318 with a 2.6 WAR. So once again, this is the profile we're going to see for Fred McGriff when you're making your guesses. And for the first time in the Matrix, folks, we've done this for a year and a half now. We've never had this player in the Matrix. And before I show you, I'll let you know what IDub said about him. He said it was his favorite hitter growing up, was the only non-Devil Ray that he wore a shirt or jersey of as a kid. So he was dedicated to his team. Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay. But there was one player that he wore memorabilia from, clothing from, that was not from Tampa Bay. Believes he should be a Hall of Famer, but of course there's a lot of controversy around this player. And used to be in perfect team back in the day, playing for Tampa Bay, hitting in the number 3 slot, is Mr. Lamar Bonds. Yes, IDub bringing in for the first time into the Matrix. This is the profile. We're using the 36-year-old Barry. Back in the year 2001, played for San Francisco at a 328 average, a 12.2 WAR. So we're going to see some cool representation here. Jamie Moyer Fred McGriff, Bonds, and Randy Johnson. All right, so knowing what you now know, you can put exclamation matrix into the chat. That'll bring up the Google form. Once I see it the first time, then I will pin it. Read the questions carefully, and the winner will get 10 packs if you can survive the longest in your guessing. This is the form here that you're going to fill out. Tampa Bay, remember we always start on April 1st. Tampa Bay has played 4 games already. They're 2-2, so keep that in mind when you're making your predictions. And then go through and fill out everything. It's all multiple choice up until you get to the tiebreaker. So there you go. We'll be back after the break. We'll give you a couple minutes to fill that out. We'll do a little other house cleaning, and then we will get into the matrix. Tampa Bay and iDub. Back in 2 minutes. Time.
Cat came back. Cat came back. Well, the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away.
My business, humming a song. I'm happy by myself, not a care in the world. This is a life, just me, myself, and I am watching the clouds up in the sky, all but laughing out loud. I'm telling you why I'm living the life, just me, myself, and I think that life was cold and lonely when you up and left me, sadness overwhelmed, and for me, I am out and about, painting the town red. I'm coming around, there ain't no doubt about it, I'm no longer blue, so glad we are through, just me, myself, and I.
All right, so we are back. And again, the matrix form is pinned in the chat there. If you want to get into the matrix and win 10 packs, go fill that form out. Spore was kind enough to send me get me a few slides here for the missions. Not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I'm curious myself more so than anything. So before we get into the matrix, let's check this out. See what cards you can get in your missions. Again, every mission card is silver or higher, including the topper at the end. Dan Plessick. Ooh, Dan Plessick. Good against the lefties. I know what you guys think as a silver card. I don't play silver tournaments, so I have no clue where he fits in the meta, but he's got the profile I like. Stuff, control, home run suppression. Pitcher BABIP worries me, but because he's a reliever, it doesn't worry me as much as if he was a starter. Plessick. That's right? Plessick? That's how I pronounce it, Plessick. What do you think, iDub? What do you think? You're a sponsor today. You give this one approval, or do you think the pitcher BABIP's too low? I really like it. Please, Zach. Please, Zach, or please, Zach? Sack. Is it Zach or Sack? Not words I want to say often on stream. Pitcher BABIP's a myth to you. Zach. Okay, we're going to go with please, Zach. I would definitely use him if I was a silver team with that stuff, with that control, with that home run suppression. Obviously you want to test cards out, 15 stamina. Tough to kind of use him as a stopper, probably more of a closer kind of role. Or if you use just all middle relievers. And again, he is a lefty. Thank you, TX. Thank you. Chris Archer, 79 as well. Home run suppression control. Here, the pitcher BABIP's much better. So here's a starter. Stamina, he's probably only going to go in modern era, 5 or 6 innings for you. He's not going to go a long way in the game. Right-handed pitcher. Again, I don't play silver. I don't know where he fits in the meta. If I did play silver, I would be very interested, though, and I would probably put him in my lineup. He's the best base option, or one of them. Yeah, remember, you can't combinate these. So, for mission cards to hold their value in tournaments especially, they've got to be pretty juiced and last for, at least a few weeks, you would think, because otherwise combinator cards are going to pass a lot of these guys. So a better version of Lou Brissy, who I think was a tournament batch card, right? So Chris Archer, I like it. I like the profile. Again, I tell new players, when you're looking for pitcher profiles, look for stuff, home run suppression, and control. And this guy has all of it. Steve Carlton, of course, those of you that are Philadelphia Phillies fans, that you grew up in the 80s watching baseball, people like myself, Andy, EVC, Cubs fan Steve, very much remembered Steve Carlton as a dominant pitcher in the 70s and early 80s. Here again, we're starting to see some common profiles here with stuff, home run suppression, control, stamina, got 4 great pitches. Man, this is a guy. Gold. He'd be on my gold roster like that. He would be on my gold roster. Being a right-handed makes him a bit better. Again, he could pitch a whole game. He's got 103 stamina. Crank up the hold runners. Not overly splitty, so I wouldn't worry too much about him being bashed around by the right-handed batters. Pitcher BABIP, yeah. I would love to test him out for a few tournaments and just see the amount of hits that he gives up. But he's not going to give up many dingers. He shouldn't. He should be able to strike out a lot of guys, take advantage of teams that have a lot of bad eye or bad avoid K. You won round 1 in pop-up, iDub. Well, did I? You can spoil it for me. I was up 3-2. I need to know. I need to know now. The iron infielder, it was Alomar. Yes. 59, second baseman, Sandy Alomar. I don't know if it's junior or not, but add him to your team. Absolutely. And if you want to, let me find this for you, because I think this is an important. Where is it here? Give me 1 second. 1 second. And for anyone else that is new out there, I do some standalone YouTube videos, instructional videos, tutorial videos, and you should go watch this one when you get some time. It's me and my bronze non-combinator roster that can give you a few tips on who the best bronze cards are that are not combinator cards. So check that out. There's also a giveaway. The giveaway deadline is Friday at noon Eastern. So your chance to win some packs or a copy of OOTP 25. So your choice on which prize you want if you win. So of all the entries, if you enter properly, I will pick one of those entries and award the prize after Friday. So yeah, go check out that bronze tutorial for dummies video on the YouTube channel. All right. Next up, we got the perfect Brandon Webb. Brandon Webb, oof. Here's, again, we like the profile, right? But the stuff, I don't know if it gets him into the top 5 pitchers, because I don't have a lot of the top 5 pitchers, but can someone, I know I'm familiar with Shane Bieber. Is he a better Shane Bieber? 4-4 in my series, D-Block. Ooh, 4-4. Ouch. 4-4. Okay. Got to bring that up now. 30 seconds to go. So once it comes in, I'm going to go check it out. 4-4. I mean, even if I do win, I'm going to be, unless the team I face went 9 games, I'm going to be tired probably in my pitchers. So the perfect Brandon Webb mission card, Diamondbacks, and then a few hitters as well. We do have an iron, I guess. I didn't know there were cards below. Silver in the missions, Craig Biggio, multi-purpose guy, just like we saw in OOTP 24. I believe he was an iron D block, right? The Craig Biggio was an iron last year as well. And just pulled the combinator Cole Hamels, Castanar. On your packs only team, you sold the Artie and you pulled the combinator Cole Hamels. Well, make sure you price it accordingly, because I'm not familiar with the card shape and the popularity that it might bring. But what a great pull. And which Cole Hamels? Yes. Jake Lamb, third baseman, power hitter against the righties. Reminds me a lot of the Rico Petrocelli profile, because Rico Petrocelli had very similar. This is an iron card again, so I would think he might play in iron non-combinator situations. I can't imagine a better third baseman. I know there's Russell Branyan, there's Josh Fields, but I would think that Jake Lamb's probably a better version against the righties. Michael Young, silver Michael Young with the Texas Rangers. Colin Day as a silver player. That's how I see this card, without the speed. Colin Day, silver. Danny Tartable, again, got the profile we like. Very good against the lefties. Ryan Howard with the Philadelphia Phillies. And Grady Sizemore. Look at that right-handed profile. Center fielder, 102 range, so he's up there with some of the best outfielders in terms of range for a diamond card anyway. And a chipper. Those of you that have Atlanta Braves franchises, chipper off the old block theme team. You've got a new 98 Chipper Jones. And then, of course, the Sheffield. All right, so just a quick kind of look through the teams there, the players, the new cards, the mission cards. And the download is in. Oh, iDub. All right. I think it is time. I think it is time we have to move on to the Matrix. So you've got a 2-minute warning to finish off the form. It is pinned in the chat. If you're just arriving, fill out the Google form there for your chance to win 10 standard packs. Okay. And I just, interesting. Okay. Interesting. All right. All right. Let's get back to, take a quick peek in at the bronze bounty. That should be close to being in the semifinals. So again, the Hammers will take the bounty that we talked about a little bit earlier, and we are in the semifinals now, and it will be on the A side, Macadkar, the Shea, going up against Ollie's Knights. Ollie has taken down our friend from Colombia, our friend from the UK, and now our friend from America. You are just one international slayer, Ollie. Taking on Macadkar, another fellow American there from the great state of Oklahoma. And on the B side, we've got Bonnie Lake and we got iDub. The winner of that will take on the winner or the loser of the A side. So 4 teams remaining. The in-game packs will go to either the Knights, the Shea, Bonnie Lake, or the Bees. And that next sim is going to come in very quickly. Okay, going to go close off the Google form for the Matrix. Got a good chance today, only 18 entries. Not sure why more people don't enter. It's easy, it's free, it's you got nothing to lose. Chance to win 10 packs and pull some of these baseball reference cards. Barry Basher got second in the Daily Amateur Astronomy. Yeah, Barry, if you're still listening, I like that tournament. That's one of my favorite tournaments that a lot of people don't get involved with a lot. It's not a popular tournament, but I tend to do fairly well in that one. I get my fair share of gold and low diamond and a couple high diamond choice packs if I remember to actually enter. So I do like that Daily Amateur Astronomy. Okay, here we go. We got 18 entries. Let's close it off. Let me unpin it first. Okay, 18 entries, and we are closed. So what do you guys think? Will the Tampa Bay Rays make the playoffs? 83.3% say they will. Will they make the World Series? 38.9% think that Tampa Bay, with Randy Johnson, Jamie Moyer, Barry Bonds, and Fred McGriff, 38.9% think they're going to make the World Series. How many regular season wins? Majority are going with 91 to 109. RBIs for Fred McGriff, you're guessing 89 to 110. This is the 37-year-old Fred McGriff. I'm thinking that might be a little high for Fred. Wins for Randy Johnson, pretty split. Majority are going with 15 to 17. I think he gets over 20. I really do. He's the number one pitcher on their staff. I think he gets 20. Strikeouts for Jamie Moyer. He's not a strikeout pitcher, so I would think it'd be pretty low. I would have went with the under 130. 3 people went with under 130. And home runs for Barry. Oof, not even close. 14 of the 18 respondents said he would get 51 plus. And then we have our tiebreaker, the combined WAR. Barry's probably going to get 10 on his own. We got a 69, 6.25, a 1.1. I don't like the chances for 1.1. Too many good players on the team. So our lowest is 1.1 and our highest is 69. There you go. Those are our matrix guesses. Let's create a sheet. Again, we're here till the top of the hour. And let me just expand these a little bit. So IDub, you're the Tampa Bay expert. D King, I know, likes Tampa Bay as well. But IDub, what year did Tampa Bay win the World Series? Or years? I don't even know if they've won multiple. All right, and before we start the matrix, we'll bring it back up. Max LP 81, the imposter, Max LP, spent a few Hound Biscuits there, wanting me to send a shout out to all of our late night OOTP streamers. So once again, if you stream Out of the Park Baseball at night, see how many I can name. We've got Max LP 80. We have Franchise Time Machine. We have Ezra Denny. We have Twins _34. We have Cheeky. We have Ripley, who does an Orioles stream a lot of nights. We have the Bowl League with an online league. They're usually later at night. I think I got them. I think I got all 6. I mean, there may be others as well. But from the affiliates plus Max, I think that's the core of the late night streamers, of course, originally started and led by Ezra Denny, who is the OG for OTP 25 of doing a late night stream. All right, guys, it is time to get into the matrix. We are going to play game number 1 with the Tampa Bay Rays. They are at home to the Texas Rangers. Synchronicity. We've got the All-Star game going today. And game 1 up against Texas. Probably should be Randy Johnson on the mound. It will be Randy Johnson on the mound. So we're going to watch inning of work here as he is going to face off against Evan Carter, Wyatt Langford, and Corey Seager, who, by the way, was an All-Star game replacement. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Corey Seager is going to be in the All-Star game tonight, which makes sense. He doesn't have to travel very far. And All-Star game going tonight. Starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. Played at Globe Life Field. And the odds are in favor of the AL, of course. Man, Aaron Judge is one big boy, isn't he? One big guy. And before we get to the Matrix, here is your AL starting lineup. Stephen Kwan will be leading off from the Guardians. Gunnar Henderson starting at short. Juan Soto in right field. Aaron Judge will be your cleanup hitter. Jordan Alvarez, the DH, Jose Ramirez, and there is my Toronto Blue Jay, Vlad Guerrero Jr. at first base. Adley catching, and in the number 9 slot, the Rangers, Marcus Semien. Corbin Burns will be the starter. For the NL, it is going to be from the Diamondbacks. Marte Shohei will be number 2 at the DH. Trey Turner at short. Bryce Harper in the cleanup spot. Contreras catching. Yelich got a gold card now. Could he make his way up to Diamond? He will be in right field. He was one of my very early live spec picks. I said, get 10 cards of Yelich. So far, it's paid off. He's gone from bronze, I believe, up to gold. Future Mariner. Yes, no. Quit taking all of our players. Alec, third baseman for the Phillies. There's our home run derby champion hitting in the number 8 slot from the Dodgers. And hitting in number 9, having a great career year here for Mr. Profar from the Padres. Skeens didn't start the season in Pittsburgh, but he is your starting, voted in all-star NL pitcher. Now, I was looking at this Twitter post here. And can someone tell me what this means? Because I'm trying to figure out. Skeens and Burns will end the second and third longest all-star starting pitcher droughts. What does that mean? Will end the second and third longest. I don't get it. I don't get what that means. Like, is this the longest drought from 2 pitchers pitching for the first time? Oh, okay. From the teams. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Cubs fan. Thanks, iDub. Oh, okay. I got it. So starting pitcher from the Cubs, haven't had one since 1946. Cubs fan, Steve, are you telling me with all those great pitchers, Fergie Jenkins, Rick Sutcliffe, Kerry Wood, none of those guys started? Wow. Maddox, Mark Pryor, yeah, all those guys. And for Pittsburgh, I'm not familiar with as many of the Pirates pitchers. I don't think they've had a long line of stud pitchers. But 1975, Jerry Royce, who again was an LA Dodger. 1990, the Orioles, Steve Stone. So yeah, okay. So Skeens, first Pirate starter since 1975, and Corbin, first Oriole starter. So even with the Orioles, mind you, Flanagan and Palmer, they were probably before 1980. I'm thinking they were probably late 70s. So that's interesting. Someone has to do a check for me. The last Blue Jay starter, was it Dave Stieb, or did Roger Clemens get the start as a Blue Jay? Because Roger Clemens had that Cy Young year in Toronto. It might have been even someone more recent that started the All-Star game for the Blue Jays. Could be someone like Marcus Stroman or David Price or someone like that. So there you go. There is your all-star lineups for tonight. Have fun watching that. Again, there'll be lots of betting going on. Otani plus 1,000, Judge plus 1,100, Henderson 1,400. These are the odds for the All-Star Game MVP. So odds-on favored is Otani and then Judge. But, all it's going to take is for a Texas Ranger to have a half-decent game, and, they're going to favor the hometown guy. And remember last year we got the Guerrero Home Run Derby champ and the Elias Diaz card. So on Thursday, are we going to see a Hernandez and whoever this year's MVP is? Maybe. Maybe they'll do it again. So tough matchup. Some great players on both teams. Man, I can't bet against Otani and Harper. I think the NL is going to win. I'm going to go 7-3 NL. There, you heard it on stream. 7-3 for the NL with Otani with a home run and the MVP. All right, guys, let's get back to the Matrix. We'll play the first game, and then we'll take a break and finish it off. Again, we're here till the top of the hour. We have a late bird draw that we're going to do at 4 p.m. Eastern, so stay tuned for that. And someone update me on the bounty. How's that going? We should be down to probably 2 teams now. Who are our 2 finalists? All right, Randy Johnson on the mound. Could you imagine watching 37-year-old, which was still kind of at his peak, Randy Johnson facing this Texas Ranger lineup? How fun that would be to watch. First out there to Evan Carter, Wyatt Langford at the plate. He's going to strike out Randy Johnson and his first strikeout of the season. And Corey Seager. He's going to ground that one over to second base, and Randy Johnson will get outs number 1, 2, and 3 as a member of the Tampa Bay Rays. Again, this is sponsored by iDub. Spent his Helm Biscuits to create a Matrix series. And we are going to watch Barry Bonds and Fred McGriff bat as soon as we get back from the break. Back in 2 minutes' time. right. Thank you, Barry Basher, for looking up the last Toronto Blue Jay to start an all-star game. Of course, I forgot about Roy. And maybe, I don't know, did he start for the Phillies as well back in his Cy Young year? He might have been a pitcher that started for both leagues, which would be quite an accomplishment. If you missed it, new missions are out in the game. Go finish off your baseball reference missions. There are 39 of them. 39 missions that were released today. And this is not your topper, even though many of us would like this as our topper. It is not. The Grimace card is still elusive. I have not come across anyone that's pulled the Grimace card yet. There are buy orders of 8 million perfect points on the card shop. And could you imagine the combinator of Grimace? That purple would turn red very quickly, and he would be the best card. This would be Barry Bonds in disguise. We call him Grimace for copyright reasons. Yes, Grimace as a pitcher. No, the ultimate prize you're going for 39, and that is Ted Williams is the 39th mission. This is what you're going to get if you can complete all the missions. I'm very curious if anyone is in Perfect League right now. Do a check how many Teds are in the game. I would imagine there's already a few people that have Ted Williams, because there are people that, you know, they want to have every card as soon as it comes out. So there you go. You missed your opportunity. A Grimace in the Matrix. Oh, dub next time. You know what we could do? If someone ever does design a Matrix again, we can take these ratings and create a player and create Grimace. None of you late night guys steal this from me. I've got spies out there. That is my copyright idea. I'm putting Grimace in the Matrix. No one else better do that. iDub, you watch for me, okay? You watch those late guys. Make sure at 3 a.m, Max LP is not putting Grimace in the Matrix or Franchise Time Machine. No. I'm going to sue for 68 Big Macs. All right, so yes, this is the card you're looking for. Ted Williams completing all the missions. And wouldn't be bad to have Gary Sheffield. I use Gary Sheffield on my bronze team. I have the combinator Gary Sheffield, and he hits the righties very well. No, actually, he hits the lefties well, right? Yeah. Interesting. The bronze Gary Sheffield mashes lefties, but this Gary Sheffield does better against the righties. Interesting. Remember, none of these cards are combinator available. You cannot get these as combinators. So this is going to be the best version you see as this. Yeah, we could do a lot of things with Grimace in the Matrix. We'd put him on the Mets, of course. We find a few other Mets Hall of Famers to put him with. We'd import all these ratings here. He would win Cy Young easy with those ratings. Stamina of 81. Yeah, he can pitch for a while. Okay, we might have to do that. Grimace in the Matrix. Okay, let's get back to the game. Randy Johnson easily disposed of the Texas Rangers in the top of the first. Dane Dunning is facing couple big names coming up. If some of these first two guys can get on base, one out, it's going to bring up Mr. Diaz. And that one's going to be driven to left field. Out number 2. And here he is for the first time in the Matrix. Give it up for iDubbb's favorite hitter of all time, even though he wasn't a Tampa Bay Ray. iDub loved watching this guy play. Barry Bonds, 2024 in the Matrix. All right, iDub, call it. What's he going to do here in his first at bat? What will he do? Yeah, this is what they gave Barry Bonds. This is his 36-year-old Barry Bonds. So this is the one that IDub wanted imported in, the 2001 version. So we don't have the peak. But he is still rated 5-star overall. All right, IDub, what's your guess? Call the shot. What's he going to do here in his first plate appearance? Busmucker, you're onto something there, buddy. We need to create. Someone needs to create grimace profiles for all the mascots, and not the baseball mascots, but the corporation mascots. Tony, Count, the Trix Rabbit. Now the Trix Rabbit, he's got to be like maxed out on speed, right? Absolutely. Trix is all speed, maybe some gap power. That's a project for Boiled Egg. The all mascot team. Jack in the Box, yeah. Jack, and that sounds like a fun stream that we should do. Create profiles for all these guys. Because Jack in the Box, what would Jack have? Like, what would be his go-to characteristic? Eye? Got a pretty big head. Got a lot of eye. All right, I love that idea, guys. Don't you steal it. Late, guys. Spies. All right, Barry Bonds, here we go. Home run IDub is calling for from Barry Bonds, his first time in the Matrix 2024. Here's the pitch. And he walks. That would have been probably the best logical guess, is walking Barry Bonds. That's going to bring up Fred McGriff. Again, Fred McGriff is the older Fred McGriff. This is a 37-year-old Fred. Still got some juice in the tank there. 3-star. This is the player that IDub wanted imported in. Can Fred crack a homer deep into left field? But 37-year-old Fred cannot put it over the fence, and that will be it. All right, Randy Johnson, we are going to take you to the end of the game. And it will be a Ranger victory, 4-2. Randy will give up 2 runs in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th. He will get 11 strikeouts, though, in 6 innings work. So well done strikeout-wise. Dane Dunning, though, is your player of the game for Texas. Fred McGriff goes 1 for 4, and Mr. Bonds goes 1 for 3, a hit, a run, an RBI, and guess what? He did hit a home run. He got a home run in the 4th inning. Barry, his first dinger of the year. Will it let me watch that? I don't know if it's programmed in here. Oh, it will. Okay, we're going to the 4th. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. Here it is, folks. Barry Bonds. IDub, you are 1 at bat off up against Dane Dunning. Big swing into the deepest part of center field and over the Tropicana wall. That is deep, folks. They don't even put the measurement on here. Like usually they tell you how far that went. Let's see if it shows on the replay. Look at that. Holy smokes. Oh, that I don't what. Woo. And yeah, they don't tell you how far it went unless I missed it. Let me try it one more time. Sean Saul wins the Bagels and Schmear. Sean, I saw you were in first place for the month. That's going to pad your stats. Well done. You got that tournament mastered. Way to go, Sean. All right, Barry Bonds with the victory. IDub, what is above this in Tropicana? Like, is there anything there like broadcast booths or cameramen or like where did Barry hit that? It will say in the game log. Good point. Good point. Let me go to the end of game. Got the right one? Texas. Yep. I forgot what inning that was. That was in the fourth. Bottom of the fourth, 467 feet for Barry Bonds. There you go. Yeah, I'm wondering what's in Tropicana Field there at that point. Okay, so Bagels and Schmear, IDub, and Sean were tied for first apparently, and IDub has been knocked out of first place. Okay, let's play out the month. Let's go to the end of April. Tampa Bay Rays, 2-3 for the month so far. Battling it out there. And wow, Tampa Bay killing it. And there we go. Tampa Bay is leading the AL East right now over Boston, Toronto, and the Yankees by a couple games. 21-10 for Tampa Bay. So they've gone 19-8 since bringing in the Matrix players. Randy Johnson, though, not having a great start. He's 2-3 for the month of April. Barry Bonds, 7 dingers. He does not even lead the team in home runs. That is going to go to Brandon Lau, and he has 9. Barry Bonds hitting third, 232 average. Fred McGriff has 5 home runs in April. Look at Tampa's home run total. They got 11, 20, 27, 32, 37, 44 home runs in the month of April for Tampa Bay. Brandon Lau has 29 RBIs, leading the team. And Zach Eflin leading the team. No, it is Aaron, 6-0. Number 4 pitcher. Long way to go, but they are leading the AL East so far. Let's go to the end of May. Again, injuries are turned off so that we don't have any of these all-star players getting a fluke injury. So they're going to play the full season injury-free. Suspensions are turned off. We've made it really easy for these guys to get their maximum amount of games in. Yes, these are the April 1st rosters. So any movement, any trades, any demotions or promotions are not reflected in the Matrix teams because this was the April 1st import. Well, after the month of May, it is 39-9 for Tampa Bay, leading Toronto by 3.5 games in the AL East. As Mr. Randy Johnson has a little better month. He goes 2-0. So must have had a few no decisions there. Let's take a look at Randy Johnson and his game log. 2 wins and 1 loss in May. Couple no decisions. But look at those strikeouts. In fact, his second game and his very last game, one against Colorado, one against Oakland. In Colorado, 15 strikeouts. And then at home to Oakland, 15 strikeouts. So he is pitching. His shortest appearance was 5 2/3 inning. He has 1 complete game. A few times, though, he's gone almost the distance. So Randy currently has 118 strikeouts. He's on pace for 330. And back in 2001, he had 372. So he's a little bit off the pace from his real-life performance. The other pitcher is Mr. Jamie Moyer. Again, one of IDub's favorite pitchers, modeled his pitching after Jamie Moyer. 5-1 on the season so far. He's gone fairly deep in most of his performances lately. And he's putting up a fair number of Ks. He's got a high of 9 strikeouts against the New York Yankees in a 6-5 victory. And lowest amount of strikeouts in the game is 2, but he only went 1 1/3 inning, giving up 6 earned runs. So it definitely his poorest performance came against Detroit. So yeah, strikeout king. Again, we're dealing with this profile here for Jamie Moyer. Must be picking a lot of corners there. A lot of called strikes. So there's Jamie. Let's take a look at Mr. Bonds, who I guess OOTP gets to use his name in the game. So I'm not sure exactly what copyright licenses they have, because I know Barry doesn't allow many, but maybe this is one they do have. I don't know, maybe because it's part of Major League Baseball. Maybe it's because it's part of the team licenses from history. So Barry is on a little bit of a home run tear right now. We look at his game log. He's currently on a 5-game hitting streak, and he has home runs in 4 of his last 5 games. RBIs in his last 5 games. Only with a 246 average, but he does have a 1.003 OPS. So Barry Bonds on pace for 42 home runs. And finally, the oldster, the old guy, Fred McGriff, former Toronto Blue Jay. I always remember him as a Blue Jay. Played 5 seasons there. What cap did he go into the Hall of Fame with, guys? Did he go in as a Brave? I know there was some controversy because he played 5 seasons on both teams. But I think technically, because he was traded halfway through 1993, technically he played more years in Toronto. So maybe he went in with the Blue Jay cap? I know he wasn't selected by the baseball writers. He was selected by the other committee that can put players in. So Fred McGriff, 10 home runs, 40 RBIs, on pace for 112. So I think you guys did know what you were talking about. I didn't think he would have a high RBI total, but he's on pace so far with a 2.76 average. Well, let's go to the All-Star game. Let's see if we can get all 4 in. Last week, we had 3 of the 4 players get into the All-Star game. Let's go check it out. And does anyone have a result on today's bounty winner? We had Makadkar. We had Ollie. We had A-Dub, I think. And I think we had Max as the final 4 teams. One of you guys open up your game and find out who the in-game winner was. McGriff went with no logo. Okay, was that a choice? Spurto's given a little bit of love.
Winner. Winner.
All right, Spurto. Look at that. Oh, so it is a rematch of the semifinals. Macabre and Black Knights tied at 1 game going to the final game. Okay, keep me updated. Who lost the semifinal? Who had to go through the B-side? So congratulations, Spurtle. Gave you the perfect Jeter and the perfect Delahanty. One of the older cards from release and one of the more recent cards. So IDub beat Max, and then Ollie beat you. Okay, so Makadkar went straight to the finals after beating me. You're welcome, Makadkar. I gave you the energy, the boost, the motivation to go undefeated until you made it to the finals. And then Ollie beat you. So you guys have played 3 games so far, going to the final game. All right, here we are at the All-Star game. And as we take our break, I'm going to show you the All-Star starting rosters. Be back in a couple minutes' time. Go refill the beverage. We've got quite the second half of the season to go. Will it be the Tampa Bay Rays in the finals? Find out soon. All right, welcome back. I hope you guys are enjoying your pickles or whatever you might be munching on today. We are in the Matrix. We are at the All-Star Game 2024. Tampa Bay Rays is our team of focus this week. Again, 39 new missions in the game right now. Ted Williams is the ultimate topper, but there's a lot of great cards all the way from Iron all the way up to Perfect. Again, they're mission cards, not Combinator possible. So good luck in fulfilling your missions. We're going to rip 10 packs at the end of the show here while we do our late bird draw. For your American League, Bobby Witt Jr. will be starting with Mr. Robert Jr., Alvarez, Aaron Judge, Soto, Diaz, Devers, Adley, and Jimenez. So, quite a few of the real life starters that we're seeing today are actually starting for the American League. So kind of cool. We do not see Barry Bonds. We do not see Fred McGriff, but did they make the reserve roster? Barry did. And Fred did not. No Fred McGriff. We do have Barry Bonds, though. Barry Bonds is currently hitting .260 with a 3.7 WAR. He's got 34 home runs, on pace for 57. And back in 2001, he had 73. So this was his big 73 home run year. So definitely off the pace there. Pitching wise, we do not have Jamie Moyer, but we do have Randy Johnson that made the All-Star game. 8-8 record at the All-Star break. And he's got 212 Ks, on pace for 258, getting closer to his real life 2001 season when he had 372. All right. So again, not going to play the game out. Neither of our two Matrix players here are starting. So we're just going to look at the box score at the end. Did Barry enter the game? Well, I think we can see what the AI thinks of Barry Bonds. I'm sorry, iDub. Barry Bonds does not get a plate appearance. Does not appear in the All-Star game. That AI is drunk. Yeah. Pitching wise, Randy Johnson. Are you kidding me? 10 pitchers used, and Randy Johnson does not get in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Randy is one of 3 pitchers not in to get into the game. And look at this. Valdez, Johnson, and Gaussman don't appear. And Barry Bonds is the only hitter that doesn't get in the game. Barry freaking Bonds is the only player shown in white here, meaning he did not have a plate appearance. 5-star player. Come on, AI. You had a 7-0 lead. It's not like it was a close game. You weren't saving them for a high leverage situation because you had a 3-run lead after 8, 4-run lead after 8. Well, we were saving them for the bottom of the 9th inning, just in case. Just in case the NL came back and tied it up. Juan Soto is your player of the game, played at Tropicana Field. It was played at Tropicana, this All-Star game. And Barry Bonds and Randy Johnson. AI? I'm sorry, AI. You're playing in Tropicana. The Rays representatives are Barry Bonds and Randy Johnson in their ballpark. And you don't put them in the game. Well, there's always next year. But they did have a Tampa Bay player. Brandon Lau did make it into the game, so they didn't completely ignore Tampa Bay. Well, they're going to have a little chip on the shoulder now as they finish off the month of July here. Little bit of a chip. Barry Bonds is going to start crushing it. Okay, here we are at the end of July. We're going to take a look at the standings. We'll take a look at the stats leaderboards. In the AL, the Tampa Bay Rays are half a game up on Baltimore. And Baltimore has a 5.5 game lead in the wild card. So Tampa Bay looks fairly safe right now with a couple months to go. On our leaderboard, checking the AL only for some of these player names. Barry Bonds leads the American League with 37 home runs. He's got 76 RBIs. That puts him in 4th place. He's got the best OBP at 428 and the best slugging percentage at 643. Best OPS at 1.07. And he's also number 1 with 88 runs. But no, you don't put him in the All-Star game. MVP candidate, and he doesn't get an at-bat. The only player hitting wise that doesn't get into the game is Barry freaking Bonds. Barry, you better win the MVP here. Do it for IDub. Okay, he's crying right now. He's got Kleenex. He's got ice cream. He's very upset. Barry, don't make IDub upset, please. Making a grown man cry. AI. Okay, let's go to the pitchers here. Are Randy or Moyer? Moyer, number 4 in ERA. That's amazing. 36-year-old Jamie Moyer with a 3.23 ERA in the American League. Randy Johnson is number 1 in WAR. So Randy Johnson has a 5.2 WAR. Any other recognition here? Randy Johnson leads the AL in strikeouts with 244. Does he lead the entire league? He does. 20 more strikeouts than Spencer Strider. And currently on pace now for 366. He's creeping up there. 366, and in real life he had 372. That would be amazing if he got 372 this year. 6 strikeouts off the pace. So there you go. Randy Johnson is your WAR leader, your strikeout leader, and Mr. Jamie Moyer is number 4 in the ALERA. Randy currently is 8-11 though, so his wins are not being reflected in his statistics, if that makes sense. On a 4-game losing streak. Allows 8, allows 6 earned runs, 3 earned runs, 7 earned runs. So my prediction of Randy Johnson getting 20 wins is not going to work out. Jamie Moyer, though, is 12-3. IDub, put away the ice cream, flush those tissue. Your man is 12-3. $124 strikeouts, only allowed 55 earned runs, a 2.7 WAR. I did not see that coming. All right, let's go to the end of the month. We'll keep it on the leaderboard here. Watch Tampa Bay. Can they hold on? They've pretty much been in first place since the beginning of the year, down to a 1-game lead. Baltimore not making it easy. Still tied with Tampa now as we get to the end of August. It looks like they might be tied for first place. Nope. Tampa Bay with a 1-game lead again. Wild card is still pretty close, so there's no guarantee that Tampa or Baltimore will make the playoffs. One of them will. One of them is going to win because I don't think Boston is going to come back. So with 1 month to go, here are your division leaders. The Los Angeles Dodgers, 5 up on the Padres. The Brewers, 2 up on the Reds. The Braves, 13 up on the Phillies. The Rangers, 4 up on the Mariners. Guardians, 2.5 up on the Twins. And of course, Tampa Bay, 1 game up on Baltimore. Randy Johnson, wow. We spoke. He listened, chat. Randy said, Lap, I'm sorry. I was on a 4-game losing streak. I'm going to make that up to IDub, and he wins 4 in a row. He now has a 12-12 record. Randy is heating up. Right now, Randy Johnson has 304 Ks, on pace for 366. Jamie Moyer was 12-3, and Jamie Moyer currently is 13-5. We got to give him a little bit of Cy Young possibility. He's got to get a vote or two for Cy Young. 13-5, 3.59 ERA, and a 3.3 WAR. 7.4 K per nine for Jamie Moyer. 7.4. Randy Johnson, 14.3 K per nine. In terms of our hitters, Mr. Barry Bonds is on fire. He's got 48 home runs, on pace for 58. Most of you said he would get more than 50, so he's only 3 home runs away. 5.5 WAR, killing it with the OPS. And a decent average, 267. And in 2001 in real life, he was in the 300s. So a little bit down for his hits and his home runs for Barry Bonds. And for Mr. Fred McGriff, who is now 37 years old, hitting 250, just above zero WAR, 14 home runs. Yeah, he's a tired man now. He's worn down. He has not done much over the last little bit. Expected when you're 37. All right, we're going to play until halfway through the month. Specific date. Let's go to the 17th. Just to watch this race heat up a little bit. And it took until September the 13th for Tampa Bay to lose their lead. And Baltimore now has a 1-game lead midway through September. Tampa will play Boston, Toronto, Detroit, Boston to finish off. And Baltimore is going to go up against San Fran, Detroit, the Yankees, and Minnesota. All right, Tampa Bay, 1 game back. They win their first game at home to Boston. Game 2 victory, 6-3 against Boston. And they sweep the Boston Red Sox. And with that sweep, Tampa Bay now has a 2-game lead. So Baltimore got swept as well. Baltimore got swept by the Giants. What a turnaround of events there. All right, let's go to the next series. Up against Toronto at home. Toronto loses 5-4. 5 wins in a row for Tampa. Game 2 goes to Tampa. And game 3 is Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay on a 7-game winning streak here towards the end of the season. And Baltimore is probably, Baltimore won all 3 of their games of their series too. So they're still only 2 back. 2 more series to go as we head to Detroit, playing the 74 and 82 Tigers, eliminated from the playoffs. They need to win 2 of 3 here. Game 1, 6-3 win. Game 2, 5-0. And game 3 is another victory. Folks, I dub big smile on his face because the Tampa Bay Rays have now won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games in a row. Will we see confirmation of a division victory here? Have they clinched? They have. They've at least clinched a playoff berth. So if you predicted that Tampa would get in the playoffs, well done. Baltimore needs to win out and Tampa needs to lose 3 in a row to Boston. It's not going to happen. Can they win 11 in a row? They do not. Will it go to the deciding game? They lose again to Boston. What did Baltimore do? Baltimore loses game 1 to Minnesota. That will be it. And the Tampa Bay Rays are going to clinch the AL East. All right. Let's get to the playoffs. Hey, Brent, how you doing, buddy? We're in the Matrix. We're watching Barry Bonds, Randy Johnson, Jamie Moyer, and Fred McGriff play with Tampa Bay. All right, here are your playoff matches. In the NL, the Philadelphia Phillies take on the San Diego Padres in one wild card. In the other wild card, it's Grimace's New York Mets taking on the Brewers. And the Dodgers and Braves will get the bye. In the AL, your Seattle Mariners and Baltimore Orioles will play in one wild card game. And the Boston Red Sox, 3 AL East teams make it in. They will take on Cleveland, who won the Central, it looks like. And the wild card or the division buys go to Texas and Tampa. So we can go to the next round, see who Tampa will play. They will play Cleveland, and Cleveland often sims very well in the base game. Rangers, Orioles, Guardians, Rays, Braves, Padres, Brewers, Dodgers. Well, anytime we have a matrix team, we go game by game. We jump into the game if it goes to the deciding game. Tanner against Randy in game 1. It goes to the Tampa Bay Rays. Randy Johnson with the victory. Game number 2 at Tropicana. Logan Allen, Drew Rasmussen. It goes to Tampa Bay 5-2. We now head to Cleveland for game number 3. Eflin against Bieber. Gotta like Bieber in this matchup. Jamie Moyer slated to pitch tomorrow, but with the off day, it may go to Randy Johnson. Game 3 goes to the Cleveland Guardians, 5-3. Bieber with the win. And we go to game 4. Jamie Moyer on the mound up against Tristan McKenzie. Moyer making his playoff debut. Will we go to the deciding game? And we will. Oh, Tampa Bay loses, giving up 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th. Jamie Moyer had a great game, 6 hits, 1 earned run. He's the player of the game, but he will not get the victory. Mr. Bradley will blow the save. We go back to Tropicana. And we slow sim it here. It is going to be Randy Johnson up against Cleveland. I don't know who the Cleveland starter is. 0-0 after 1. It is Logan Allen on the mound for Cleveland. 0s after 2. Still scoreless after 3. Randy Johnson, 5 strikeouts. Make that 6. 2-0 Tampa Bay. Tampa finally gets on the board. A solo shot by Randy. And then a Barry Bonds double RBI. RBI double for Barry. It is 3-0 now after 5 as Tampa will score 1 in the bottom of the 5th thanks to a single by Mr. Pinto. Looking good. Randy Johnson still in the game. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts. 3-0 lead. Still 3-0. Pete Fairbanks. Don't do this to Randy. Pete Fairbanks in the game. He gives up a run. Tampa gets nothing in the bottom of the 8th. All right, let's watch the top of the 9th. Tampa Bay. The tying run will come to the plate for the Cleveland Guardians in the form of Josh Naylor. Ball gets away. Runner does not advance. Over to second, back to first for the double play. Manzardo, last chance here for Cleveland, and he will strike out. The crowd at Tropicana goes wild. He wins game 1 and he wins game 5. All right, we go on to the league championship. It will be Tampa, Texas, Los Angeles, San Diego. Our very first game we watched, Tampa was at home to Texas, and now they're at home to Texas again. They will get the home field advantage in the regular season. They went 3-3 against Texas. So pretty evenly matched teams. Game 1, Rasmussen against DeGrom. It goes to Texas 7-3. Zach Eflin against Eovaldi. Texas 7-0. Uh-oh. We head to Tampa Bay for the next 3 games. It will be Max Scherzer, I believe, going for the Rangers up against Randy Johnson. Look at this. Undefeated pitchers in the playoffs, head-to-head, Randy and Max Scherzer. Oh, man. How much would you pay to see that game? Well, we're going to fast sim it. Texas wins 8-2. We need a reverse sweep for Tampa to make the World Series. Jamie Moyer, it is on your shoulders, my friend. You got a big fan in iDub in the chat. He allowed you to come into the game today. Do it for ADub. Here we go. Game number 4 goes to Tampa Bay. Jamie Moyer gets 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Texas had a 4-1 lead going to 8. And Tampa Bay says, not today, not in front of our home crowd. Barry Bonds goes 0 for 3. Fred McGriff is not in the lineup. Old man Fred. Old man Fred is not in the lineup. I know it's not the hockey podcast, but that is funny. Next game, DeGrom and Rasmussen. Must-win situation for Tampa Bay. Congratulations to the Texas Rangers. They will go on to the World Series to defend their championship up against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Here we go. Your 2024 World Series champ is going to be Texas, 1 win away, the Texas Rangers. So congratulations, go to Texas, back-to-back World Series. They win their division, and then they will take on the Orioles and win them 3-1. They defeat Tampa 4-1, and they defeat the Dodgers by a 4-2 count, winning the final game 10-2. Wyatt Langford is your MVP of the AL Division Series, your MVP of the AL League Championship Series, and your World Series MVP. Back to back to back playoff round MVPs for Wyatt Langford, and he's only 22 years old. All right, after our last break, guys, we're going to declare our winner. In the meantime, here's your last chance. Let me get it set up here. Let me get it set up. All right, your last chance. Late bird draw is underway. Exclamation enter, exclamation ticket. IDub first in. We will make the draw after the break, and we'll also declare our winner of the Matrix contest. Be back to finish the show, and then we're going to raid over to Dr. D in a few minutes' time. All right, we're here for the last few minutes of the show. Again, Laptop Hound, thanking you guys for being part of the show. And again, a big shout out, thank you to iDub for spending the Hound Biscuits today on creating the Matrix for your watching a pleasure with Bonds, McGriff, Johnson, and Jamie Moyer. So we got to go take a look at their final stats here. Jamie Moyer finished the year at 17-7. The key number we were looking at was strikeouts. He finished with 192 strikeouts, and he had a 4.4 WAR. So I would call that a very successful season for Jamie Moyer. Randy Johnson going to finish the season at 14-13. So 14 wins was the question on the form. He would lead the league, 357 strikeouts. So once again, in real life, in 2001, he had 372. So he's about 15 strikeouts short of his real life numbers. Also led the league in K per 9 and in WAR at 7.8. In terms of our two hitters, Barry Bonds would have 53 home runs. That's the number we were looking for. 110 RBIs, 6.7 WAR, and he would lead the league in runs, home runs, walks, OBP, slugging, and OPS. Barry Bonds, very likely going to be our MVP. And finally, Old Man Fred, finishing with a 257 average, For him, we were looking for RBIs. He finished with 68 RBIs. He had a .3 WAR for Mr. McGriff. And we are going to find out whether Barry, Randy, Jamie ended up with any hardware as a Matrix player. All right, we're going to reports, no, league history, index, awards. Here are your National League major winners. In the NL, your MVP is Austin Riley from the Atlanta Braves, 8.1 WAR for Austin and a .332 average. Chris Sale, first-time winner of the Cy Young Award. He went 21-6 for Atlanta. Kyle Harrison is your Rookie of the Year, going 14-8 for the Giants. And Julian Merriweather is your Reliever of the Year, had 40 saves for the Chicago Cubs. Julian Mayweather. Hope for the Cubs yet. And your American League winners, moment of truth. Will it be Barry? It's got to be. It's got to be Barry. It is Barry Bonds. He is your AL MVP. Mr. Bonds had quite the season. Again, if we look at the AL here, we can see Barry Bonds represented by the Rays logo because they don't have a generated image. And all the different categories that Barry led. Yes. Big time MVP, Shane Bieber, second-time winner of the Cy Young for Cleveland. Wyatt Langford was your World Series MVP. He's also your Rookie of the Year, 3.3 WAR and a .272 average. And Mr. Munoz with the Seattle Mariners is a 2.5 WAR, 3-3 record, 48 saves, which probably led the AL in saves. It did not. Kimbrel had one save more. But he is not your Reliever of the Year. Okay, what a great, fun series that was. Always enjoy when the community designs the Matrix because it makes it more enjoyable for me and more personal, hearing kind of your stories for why you chose certain players. Let's go back to our sheet, folks. Exclamation enter, exclamation ticket to get in on the late bird draw. And once again, you have to be here to win. So when I call out the winner, hopefully you are still in the chat. Otherwise, we draw another name. All right. Moment of truth. Time for the drum roll. Will the Matrix team make the playoffs? They did. That is a yes. Oops, I got to go create my filter. Yes, they made the playoffs. Next up, will they make the World Series? They did not. That's going to eliminate a couple teams. They lost in 5 games to the World Series champion Rangers. How many regular seasons will they get? They ended up with 95 wins to win the AL East. What will the regular season RBI total be for Old Man Fred? Well, we said Old Man Fred ended up with 68 RBIs. All it would have taken is one of these people to put 68, and they didn't. They all overshot it, so they all stay in. Max LP, Guanchis, Lowly Worm, Franchise Time Machine, Way Numb, Rob Deere and Headlights, and Sean Saul are our final 7 contestants. So we go to Randy Johnson wins. He ended up with 14. No one guessed that correctly. What's up with you guys? 2 in a row that no one guessed correctly. Close for Sean and close for Lowly Worm. They were just one category too high. So that means we go to the Jamie Moyer question. How many strikeouts for Jamie Moyer? He ended up with 192. There were some contestants that got that one. Well, there was one contestant that got that one. We do not need to go to the Barry Bonds question, although they would have got that one right as well. And the final war was 19.2. So here is the contestant that had the lowest war total, but they didn't need to get to that question. Congratulations. Go to our winner, Way Numb. Way Numb. You are the Matrix champion today, Way Numb. You will get 10 packs sent to that account that I see there. Big round of applause for Way Numb. Nice work, yes. It could have been won a lot earlier by anyone that would have taken a gamble on the other two questions, but Fred, that's kind of where I expected. I thought Randy would get more wins, though. All right, Way Numb. I don't see in chat right now, but you don't have to be. However, we are going to draw the late bird draw winner here and then raid over to Dr. D. So once again, 10 seconds before we close off the draw in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, do we have a nice, delicious, icy, green, cold drink waiter here? I want my cold drink. There you go, Applebee's. Next time I come in, I want a discount. Applebee Hound. Well, Applebee Hound, in order to claim the prize, I need a whisper from you, my friend. Please send me a whisper and let me know your perfect team username so I can make sure those packs make their way to your account. Thank you guys so much for watching the show today. Thanks to those that followed. Thanks to, did anyone re-up their sub today? Boiled Egg giving out the gift sub to Fussmucker. Thank you so much, Boiled Egg, and to Fussmucker for all the extra effort you put into content for my show. Thanks for those that gigantified an emote. Thanks to those that participated in the bounties. And thank you to those that used their Helm biscuits for redemptions. You guys are the best. Be kind to yourself first and foremost. Make sure you're kind to others. Give what you can, take what you need. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the All-Star game if you're going to watch. It is a great day for baseball. D King 395 was the first one in chat today. So D King, that's for you. Have a great day for baseball. We're going to raid over to Dr. D. Spore is on as well. Spore, I guess, is going over the mission content. So if you want to head over there, feel free to do that. But we're going to raid to Dr. Dynastic. Have a wonderful day. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. Applebee, Hound. I need your perfect team username. We'll see you next episode.
A very good friend of mine told me something the other day. I'd like to pass it on to you. I believe what he said to be true. He said we're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. and the sun is shining in this rainy city, and the sun is shining. Oh, well, isn't it a pity? And every year has its share of tears, but every now and then it's scarlet rain. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day.